There are a lot of online businesses and different side hustles out there. In fact, you've probably tried a lot of them, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. But how do you actually find the best ones? And more specifically, how do you find the ones that will allow you to replace your 9-to-5 income and actually do a full-time online business so you have more time freedom and hopefully money as well? In this video, I'll actually want to do a full tier list of some of the most popular and a few obscure side hustles and online businesses, some of which you've probably heard of, some of which I'll probably have a different opinion than you might, and others I can almost guarantee there are at least a few that you've never heard of. So let's dive into the tier list. But before I do that, let me tell you who I am. My name's Jake Thornhill. I've actually taken 3 of these different business models to 6 figures a year, and I help other people do the exact same. In fact, inside of the Online Business Academy, I help people do just that. If you click the link down in the description, I'll actually give you a 7-day free trial to the Online Business Academy. It houses the 3 courses that I took to 6 figures, along with some of the ones that I am doing right now, and you can watch me as I do. That being said, let's get back to our tier list and really dive into this. Now, I actually hadn't even looked at all these until now, so some of these you're going to see me process in real time, which should be interesting. Now, I want to start with, just because it immediately popped out to me, the first thing that I ever really did to make money, I made about $12,000 reselling sneakers. If you've never been a part of it or anything, this is such a fun thing to do. Unfortunately, my experience was this exactly: grind now, regret later. By the way, I better mention, the real scale of what I'm grading this on is will it allow you to leave your 9-to-5. And then I'll kind of talk through some of my process of why I put things where I do and some of the caveats on it. The reason I put reselling sneakers here, the reason I wouldn't say I regretted it, so maybe it's I'm actually gonna put it here. It's a little bit of a side quest, because the issue became there got to the point where it just wasn't scalable unless I wanted to go create a store. So to really scale it, you need a plug that is super reliable and very, very difficult to get. You need a massive audience to do it. At this point, I've actually done this too. I've actually resold watches, and I would almost rather do that because at least you can make more money per, but you also need more capital. I loved it. It was so much fun in a season, but I'm going to leave it right there. Drop shipping via Shopify. Man, there are some people who would want that at the top. This one's a little tough. So drop shipping 100% works. I almost just started a drop shipping company recently, but my big problem is, first of all, in the current administration, is tariffs. Just not knowing what's going to happen there makes it not super interesting to want to start drop shipping. There's also just a lot of risk. It's also, I wouldn't even say a lot of risk, but it's very much built on finding new trending products. Here's the thing: if you're already doing drop shipping and been doing it for a while and have good experience, it's probably up in this area. If I was trying to find something today, I would put it here. I have tried drop shipping. One of the early ones I tried. I will say I didn't give it a fair shot back then, and right now I was doing too many other things to give it my all. You could definitely make it work. But man, it's a lot of resources for something that a lot of people have already beat you to the punch on. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it down here. Short form faceless TikTok pages, I'm actually gonna leave it down here too. Obviously people are doing it. Obviously it's making money. The reason I'm putting it down here is kind of looking forward of what's coming. If you've already started to see some AI videos that are coming out, people are going to crush it with AI faceless pages. And again, I think it's just gonna be one of those things, like the best people do it really, really well. But a lot of the people who try to do it subpar, try to do it fast, or try to use it as like a make money online fast kind of thing, I think they're gonna be really disappointed. So I just wouldn't be investing in this for the long term if my goal is to leave my business. Social media management, this is weird, but I actually am gonna give this a little bit higher than I would expect, primarily because there are so many people who need this service. Maybe I'm more sensitive to it as someone who gets overwhelmed with how much content you have to post. I actually have someone who functions on my team as social media management, someone else who I actually hire an agency to post and do research for me and create scripts. So I'm going to leave this pretty high. Like, this is just going to always be in high demand, especially now as creators have to get more and more content out. This is actually a really good strategy, and people are going to need it for a very long time. I would actually turn it into an agency where you're doing it for a lot of companies and not just full-time for one, but we'll put it up here, but it is going to be a lot of hustle to do it. Notion template shop. Oh, you could make money, but it sounds terrible. Why stick to Notion? And you're also just so reliant on Notion being around long term. Actually, no, I'm very confident putting this in F. Primarily starting today to replace my income, because AI is going to be able to do this. And this is going to be a constant theme, that things that AI is going to be able to replace isn't stuff I want to start today, right? Things that, and AI eventually will be able to replace a lot of things, unfortunately, but I don't want something. I mean, eventually I'm going to be able to ask AI to literally just make a Notion template for me. So why would I ever buy one? So that's that. This one is tough. There are people making stupid amounts of money with TikTok Shop Affiliate, and pretty much everyone who is consistent with TikTok Shop Affiliate can replace their income. The bigger question is long-term. So, this one's a little tough. This is one that I'm in the process of doing, but it's also on the side of my main businesses that I run. I'm going to put it up here, but I'm going to put a little bit of a caveat. It is definitely worth it if you are also building your own brand at the same time. There are people who are doing this really well in some of like the big groups, like I think it's called like Creators Corner, Social Media or Social Army, maybe is what the name of it is. If you're in there and building your relationship, and as you're making good money, like you're starting to build a brand off being a UGC creator, then you now have some leverage power. So if anything ever happens to TikTok, you can leverage it into your own products. You can leverage it into your own community or whatever. So for that reason, not only what it currently is, but what you can leverage it into in the long term, I'm going to put TikTok Shop Affiliate. There's no easier way to make money. It's not guaranteed, but it is easy compared to a traditional business. Automated YouTube channels, man, there are people doing well in this. I'm going to put it here. I'm going to put it grind now, regret later. As someone who has made 3 and lost money on all 3, it was a massive amount of time, a massive money sink for me, but it also wasn't getting all of my attention. I kind of like created the teams, created the systems, and handed it over to them. So I'd put that more on me than on the model. The model definitely works. But again, like things that AI is going to be able to do in a lot of like automated kind of YouTube channels that your face isn't showing up in, I'm just concerned if I'm thinking about this with longevity. Now, if I'm trying to make money in 6 months, maybe there's a play here. But if I'm thinking a year, 5 years, 10 years down the road, I don't want something that AI is going to be able to automate faster and better than what I'm able to do. So I'm going to put this because I think you would, in fact, regret it later. Survey sites and microtasks. Now, I pulled up ChatGPT just in case I had a question about one, and I'm going to ask, how much money can you make, and I misspelled it, I know, but with online surveys. I'm really curious here, so I've never done them. I've tinkered around to like gone and seen the sites and seen the opportunities. I'm very curious how much you can, and I do this all the time, by the way. If you actually want to dive deep into any of these, I highly suggest just going over to ChatGPT, asking tons of questions, and really just getting a lot of information that way. Most users report between 220 and 200 per month. Hourly rate. This is what I'm really going to care about because we know it has no scalability, right? Unless you're creating some kind of bot for this, which maybe there's something there. But what's the hourly rate going to look like? 9 to 10. See, and this is what I find to probably be more true, is like your top tier. The people doing the absolute best are making 9 to 10. The people who are more average are going to make 41 cents to $2. I'm sticking this, and this is a massive waste of your time. Could you make a little bit of money? Sure, but you could make a little bit of money doing literally anything else. You could go be an Uber driver and make more money than that. You could go do Amazon influencer, and it might not even be what it used to be, but you're going to make more money than that. So just not worth it. Don't waste your time. Sports arbitrage. If you are not familiar with this, you need to be. You absolutely need to be. I just made a video recently, and I'll link it in the top right, where I won't even tell you how much I made because that's kind of the point of the video. But I made, let's say a little shy of $10,000. You can go see the exact number. But I made really good money my first 28 days doing sports arbitrage, learned it from scratch, taught myself through a ton of research, and then made a course inside of the Online Business Academy. And I highly suggest go down, click the link, and when you get to the About page, come watch this video right here. And this video is a breakdown of a testimonial. So not only have I made really good money doing it, one of the members of our community made just under $3,000 in the first 2 weeks doing this strategy. And I really think anyone can implement it, which is why I am going to leave it up here in S tier. I think anyone can do this. I think you can make, I think if you even only want to do it for a month, anyone can make $2,000, $5,000, $10,000 in the first month doing this. And if you wanted to take it full time, you could kind of get into doing live arbitrage, which is going to introduce a little bit of risk. Pre-game arbitrage will have literally zero risk. It's just free money. It's going to introduce a little bit of risk, but you're able to make really, really good money doing it. I mean, I know people who are absolutely crushing it, especially now during basketball season, but I'm going to leave this up here. Highly recommend. Go watch that testimonial. And when you go to the free trial, go through the sports arbitrage course that I made inside of OBA. You won't regret it. I promise. So we'll leave that up here. Amazon FBA. there's no way I can't put it here. Amazon FBA, this is specifically online arbitrage. Now, as with everything, there's some caveats, right? Your big fear with it is Amazon controls your business, right? Not a huge fan of that. They can screw you anytime they want. In fact, they probably will in some way, shape, or form. But we have now done, I mean, this is one of the businesses that I took to over $100,000 a year. We've passed $300,000 in pure profit. I have a team that runs 100% of this business. I literally do maybe 1%. I don't even know where that 1% is, but occasionally I come in and do something. So maybe I do a full percent and they run the rest of the business. I have 3 people who do all our buying, 3 people who do all our sourcing and they find products, 1 person who does all of our buying, and a 3rd person who handles all admin. A 5th person who handles all of our admin. I love the model so much. You just go out and find discounted products. You can hire people who can find those for you. You can hire someone to buy it for you, and then hire someone to take care of all of your admin. It takes a little bit of time to get there, but 3 months, 4 months, 6 months for someone who's really not trying to push it, there's just too much profit here, and you can do it all literally from your house or have a team do the whole thing for you. It's just too good of a model. Now, I would say, as you build that out, build out something else too, whether it's sports arbitrage, whether it's TikTok Shop affiliate, just so you don't have all your eggs in one basket. But man, I love it. Selling digital downloads on Etsy. Man, again, I'm not a believer in saturation, that too many people are in it that you just can't make money anymore. But man, I feel like you'd regret putting a lot of time into this. I have a business right now. In fact, let me find this. Oh, I don't have it on here. Oh, that's a shame. I put KDP down here too, and this is one that my team is actually currently doing. And we've made like 200 and something crossword puzzles, and we made like $70. Like, it's actually terrible. Maybe eventually it'll catch up, but this feels like the same thing to me. You're going to put a lot of work in the front end and then just kind of hope, or you're going to run ads and lose money. And again, this is going to be tougher and tougher as more people can create digital products like that with AI. You need something that's going to allow you to stand out, that people can't just instantly copy within the next 1 to 2 years and beat your business. As with anything, you can make it work. All of these models, except maybe survey sites, all of these models can work. But just when it talks about the amount of effort you have to put in to do it, I'd put that down here. Affiliate marketing, it's one of the best models there is. Now, I'm going to put here, this actually is a better descriptor of it. Affiliate marketing might be one of my favorites. The first one that I made 6 figures with, I did it completely on the side while I was a youth pastor and ended up doing over 3 times my full-time salary just doing this for fun on the side. It's a blast. It's so much fun. But at the same time, it takes a lot of skill. There's a lot of skills you have to learn. You have to learn copywriting. You have to learn probably being on video to some extent. You have to learn how to do email autoresponders. You have to learn how to be a funnel builder. You have to learn eventually, it'd be good to learn how to run ads. There's just a lot of skills. Now, the perk of that is once you've learned those skills, you can do anything with them. If you're a good affiliate marketer, you're set. Like, you can absolutely forever and for always have an online business because the skills are so transferable. I really want to put it up here, but you absolutely could mess it up. So I don't say mess it up. It just takes time. I mean, this is one that it's just not fast. It's going to take time, but this is going to build you a brand that's going to make crazy amounts of money if you stick with it over a long period of time. I love it. Man, it should go in S, but I'm going to put it in A. I might change it by the end of the video. That already makes me mad. UGC. I actually think this is going to be, funny enough, I never would have thought I'd put it this high. I'm going to, though. Affiliate marketing is going to the top. I love it. And again, that's one of the courses I have inside of OBA. Because again, I believe in affiliate marketing. It's just such a great business model for anyone. It just takes work. You have to be okay to put in some work. And if you are, you will really, really be thankful for this model. But UGC, it's interesting. The negative side of UGC, and I'm already seeing this, like I do UGC content because I do Amazon influencer program, and I've connected that into not only making money through the influencer program, but also building relationships with brands and retainers. I've even done some retainers through TikTok Shop. My issue with UGC is there's already AI creators coming out, and that's the negative side of it. The positive side is brands will always want real people with real relationships with their followers. They just always will. So I think really good UGC creators will become more and more and more valuable. And again, it's something you can see this kind of pattern in how I'm thinking is I love things that build your brand, and then you can offshoot it into anything else. You can be really good at UGC and offshoot it into affiliate marketing. You can be really good at UGC and become a TikTok Shop affiliate. So for that, I love this here. I never thought I would have put it at an A, but it's going to be valuable to a lot of people for a very long time. Amazon influencer, this one makes me a little sad. It could go under either. Let's just talk about what the point, why I'm kind of struggling through it. Amazon influencer was nuts a few years ago. There were people making 6 figures doing this. One of the most fun side hustles I've ever done. You literally, your face never had to be on video. You got free product all the time for doing it. All you're doing is recording a 1 to 3 minute video. You really didn't even have to think about the content of the review. I could pick up this water bottle right here, review it in 2 minutes, and then post it, and I'm going to make $8 to $15 a month on that video. It was wild. Now the issue is the amount of money you make per month is coming down. I think I was making not quite 10 figures. I think my best month was around like $8,000 or $9,000. And now I'm making like 500 or 600. And I haven't made videos in a while, but even when I did make videos, this was my issue why I really stopped, is I would go and make 200 videos and my income wouldn't change, which makes me think there's some kind of cap in there, which is sad. So great strategy, especially for those who are looking to get their first dollar. It's no risk. It's a very easy thing to start. It's a very easy thing to make your first little bit of money with. But if you're looking to make that the end all be all, I don't suggest it. Here's a pro tip for someone. If you are doing the Amazon influencer program, go apply for Canada and apply for the UK and then put all your videos over there. I will say we did this about 2 months ago, and I'm making just as much money on the UK as I am on my US one. We'll see if that continues, but worth the tip. Next, Amazon private label. Man, people who do it are going to hate me for this. I thought this was going to be a lot easier than what it is. You could go B or C on this. I'll go with B because there are people who make ridiculous amounts of money doing it. Again, I think this is one of those where the people who have success have a ton of success, and the people at the bottom really get hurt because it takes a lot of money to do this. It takes a lot of money to launch a brand successfully. And if you're not doing it with a high-level mentor, I'm going to pull it down because I know someone who I think he was doing I think he was doing $10 million a year. I think he was doing $1 million a year in profit with online arbitrage, and he'd started private label and was profitable or barely profitable. And I mean, someone who's very, very good at it. He had a lot of skills. He had the right mindset, and still it's just tough. You can definitely make it work. It's just tough, and it's becoming even tougher with potential tariffs and how all those shake out. I'm definitely not starting it now because there's just too many question marks. So it's a great model and people make great money on it, but I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole personally. Freelancing, I'll throw it down here. Again, freelancing is always going to be sustainable. Sustainable is the word. The reason this is up high is you're not going to make the same money as you are with most of the stuff, but there's always going to be people who need specific things. So you can go on Fiverr, you can go on Upwork, you find very niche things that a lot of people need, and you do it really, really well. My fear a little bit of this is a lot of AI will be able to take over a lot of those tasks. But again, if you become a good freelancer, you will, and you find the right clients and then you work with them long term, there's just good money there. Flipping on eBay, I definitely don't want to flip eBay to eBay. You could go like Amazon Marketplace to eBay and make some money. I sold my first Rolex that I ever got on eBay. I actually bought and sold it on eBay and made 15%. Pretty nice, actually. It was a Rolex Hulk. Man, that was fun. I hadn't done that in a while. I'm actually, if you're just flipping, right? Like, I'm a big fan of buying on eBay and then selling back onto Amazon. Now, if that's the case, I'll put it up into one of these tiers. But just flipping on eBay, which, again, I'm assuming it's more of Facebook Marketplace, find stuff local on Macari, and then flipping onto eBay, man, it's just there's too much good stuff. So online course creation, I could go into either one of these. Let's see, what is my little without an audience? We'll go A without an audience. Taking what you know, packaging it well, and giving it to other people is just a great model. This is what college is, right? It is compiling your specialized knowledge about a very specialized topic and giving it to other people. Like, I think of the Online Business Academy. You go into our classroom section. I've got 3 courses on businesses that I've done over 6 figures on. So, and like, you don't charge very much for it per person. Like, I can give you ridiculous amounts of value compared to how much money you pay me. And it's a super fair exchange. I mean, this is why, like, I'm able to help people leave their 9 to 5 by doing this. And it's good in all niches, right? Like, it's good for fitness. It's good for, I was formerly a youth pastor. If you could do it for theology, or you can do it, think of it even as like an apprenticeship, right? Someone who's just trying to learn a skill and doesn't have it yet. And whatever skill that you possess, you need to transfer that knowledge to them. And most of the time, transferring that skill is going to give them a new skill to bring to the marketplace that allows them to make more money. So I'm going to stick it up here. It's just, too many on the S column. I'll put it in A. But creating a course that is actually good knowledge, that you are taking something that you know very, very well and selling that to people, you can create such a good win-win. And that's what it's about. Like, you want to create really good win-wins for you and for your customer. And you can do that. Oh man, this was a fun one. Day trading penny stocks was one of the first things I ever did. I will say I started back. I did it in college one summer. And then I did it again, maybe 6-7 years later around the GameStop, when GameStop was going crazy that first time. My first trade back, I made $23,000 in a single trade, proceeded to lose all of it over the next couple months. So congrats, you played yourself. I played myself doing penny stocks. It's so much fun, but man, I wouldn't do it again. Coaching, consulting, very similar to online courses. This is helping a lot of people do it by putting it into course form. This is creating a strategic plan to help a single individual or a smaller group of individuals accomplish that same goal. So this could go into either. I'll put it into A because you could fumble it. It's very hard to get clients to drive traffic to a specific offer. Attention is everything now. So that's why those will go into A, but both of them are great models. If you get a little bit of traction, that could be your long-term career for sure. This is one of the funniest things. I came across this the other day. You can apply for class action lawsuits and get paid for it. Now, I'm not going to speak to the legality of it because it might not be legal, because I'm pretty sure you have to sign a form at the end that saying like you're not committing perjury. But a little bit of gray hat. If someone made a bot and applied to hundreds of these every single day, and you did ones that didn't require proof of purchase, morally might not be great. You could definitely make money doing it, but probably not worth your time. Let's build a real business and actually make some legitimate money. Instagram themed, monetized memes. I'm going to stick them right down here with Faceless YouTube, TikTok pages. Obviously it works. Where did I put, that makes me wonder, where did I put the YouTube automation? Yeah, same one. I'm just too afraid the AI is going to be able to do this too easily. It's going to do it faster and more effective than you. And even if you like start one now using AI, it just feels like the next thing's going to come out. Again, you can do it. You can make a ton of money doing it. I wouldn't start it. I would start one of these more legitimate businesses, because my other issue is if it ever gets crushed, what do you translate that into? I mean, you know how to acquire traffic, so you definitely can translate it into something else. But I just think some of these do a little bit better job of that. Print on demand is the last one. I'll say a similar issue of AI is going to be able to do this at such scale. If you can get into Amazon merch, there's good money there. If you cannot get merch by Amazon, whatever it is, if you can't get into that, I wouldn't waste my time. In fact, I didn't. I tried to get in to merch by Amazon, and I would have gone pretty hard on this if I could, but it wasn't enough money to do it without getting into merch by Amazon. So we'll stick it. Yeah, we'll stick it here. So this is my tier list. Let me know in the comments what you think. Guys, I really do hope you decide to go down into the description, grab the link to that free trial for the Online Business Academy. Make sure to check out Sports Arbitrage. Check out this testimonial video right here, and you will literally, most people would be able to pay for the lifetime version of OBA, the Online Business Academy, just by doing Sports Arbitrage for 2 weeks. And then any business model that I try in the future that works, I continue to make more and more courses. I'm going to be doing this for over the next decade. So you could get in for a one-time fee. You could pay for 3 times that with just the Sports Arbitrage course. And then not only do you get the courses that I've already done 6 figures on, the courses that I'm doing now, but then all future courses as well. Really hope you decide to be in. I've actually got a few new things dropping. We're actually dropping a new affiliate program with some crazy prizes, like over $67,000 of affiliate prizes for people who promote OBA, and some other stuff coming very, very soon. So I hope to see you inside. Hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know what you think down in the comments.